Yo, what's poppin', ladies and gentlemen? We are back again to try and bring the pain against the sportsbook. Welcome back to another segment of Sportbook Buddy, brought to you by PickMonitor.com. Now, if you've been searching for a place to start organizing your bets and coming up with best practices and strategies against the sportsbooks, the place to start is at PickMonitor.com. This is where we give you the ability to track your own progress with stats on winning percentages, return on investments, average odds on picks, units won or lost, and it's all very transparent and will give you a true reflection of how good or how bad somebody really is. Now, if you get on to PickMonitor.com, you will find that everything that I just mentioned comes absolutely free. All you got to do is sign up. What you will not get for free on the site is what you can only get right here from watching these videos, and that's free picks with a breakdown from some of our handicappers who think that you'll be cashing a ticket if you follow them. So be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for future notifications so you can get more free picks with an analysis. Now, just to give you an introduction of who I am, I'm Sports Dave. I put in the hard work necessary to make you knowledgeable, confident, and Vegas strong versus a sports book. And while I do put in my share of work as a handicapper, I don't really fashion myself a handicapper. My real value comes from gathering all the different handicappers' picks and putting together the content for you guys in these videos so you can choose who you'd like to follow, and you can also be sure to pay attention to their names so that you know how to find them on PickMonitor. So what we'll do today is October 3rd, and we have a nice schedule of sporting events on hand, and I must say that I'm like a kid in a candy store at this time of year. There's so many sports going on all at once. I honestly think that if there was ever a month that guys are more susceptible to becoming an alcoholic, October is that month. There's just so many reasons to go out and have a beer or take a shot with your buddy, or even a complete stranger at a bar. So, right now we got football, baseball, hockey all going down today, and we're going to touch on a little bit of all three of those sports in this video. So I don't want to bore you with a bunch of fluff. Let's just dive into what most of you guys probably tuned in for, and that, of course, is getting some free picks in some of these games. So we're going to get started on the ice, where we carved up the books yesterday with two picks that both cashed. Today, my buddy Jesse Wansbro, a.k.a. Jay Wansbro, is going to try and make it 2 straight days of hitting on that puck line. So today, Jay Wansbro likes the Tampa Bay Lightning on the puck line at plus 145 because Tampa should be hungry to get back to business after having a historic regular season only to be swept in the first round of the playoffs last year. So he expects them to come out chomping at the bit. Tampa brings in one of the best rosters in the NHL and arguably the top goalie or goaltender in Andre Vasilov. I don't know how to say his last name, but he went 39-10-4 last year. I can read that. So the call for the Lightning is to handle the Panthers by at least 2 goals. Now, Tampa brought back most of the same rosters last year that went 62-16, and you'll be able to get them on the puck line at plus 145. So this next pick is also an NHL play from Matthew Thurber, whose username is HCC96, and he's liking the plus money he's getting with the Jets versus the Rangers today. Currently, the Jets are getting anywhere between plus 105 and plus 110, so HCC96 is going to take that line because the Rangers didn't exactly impress him in the preseason and may have some early growing pains as they're going to be starting a 37-year-old goalie who looked terrible last year. Now, the Jets also signed their 2 big holdouts this past weekend, so the play is to take the team with a better roster that is well rested and actually made the playoffs last year. So HCC 96 is taking the Jets at plus 106. All right, next pick is another hockey play from 702 Mafia. 702 Mafia gave me a great write-up. And I'll be honest, I have a hard time with hockey because I don't know all the guys. But today he's liking that matchup between the Buffalo Sabres and the Pittsburgh Penguins. So the Penguins appear to be all stocked up for another run and try to improve upon last season. Pittsburgh has made the playoffs in 13 consecutive seasons and won the Stanley Cup 2 out of the last 4 years. Last year, they were swept in the playoffs, so they will be looking to come back and get the season kicked off proper. Matt Murray will make a start between the pipes. The 25-year-old went 29-14-4 last year. Murray also had 4 shutouts and posted a 2.69 average goals against him. Now, the Sabres will be starting the season with 2 of their first 6 games on the road, and the Penguins looks like they're going to be the toughest matchup. Buffalo has not made the playoffs in 8 straight seasons, and they will be kicking off a new era with new head coach Ralph Krueger. Now, Carter Hutton is the veteran goalkeeper that makes a start for Buffalo. Last year, Hutton started 50 games and posted an 18-25-2 record with no shutouts. Overall, Pittsburgh just appears to have the better team, and they have the advantage of playing at home. So the play on this game is to take the Penguins at minus 180 and also take the under at 6.5. Be sure to follow 702 Mafia on PickMonitor.com. All right, so we're going to change this up with a totally different sport completely and take it to the diamond, where Gumshoe Gorilla, who has a stellar track record to speak of, but I don't need to talk too much about it. Just get on to PickMonitor.com and see for yourself. So today, Gumshoe Gorilla is going to take his focus and his attention on the Nationals versus Dodgers game. The Dodgers won 106 games this year, and they did it in convincing fashion with 273 run differential. So not only did they score a bunch of runs, but they didn't allow very many either. So much so that their run differential ranks 3rd all time over the last 100 years. Their pitching posted the lowest ERA at 3.37, and their hitters had the highest OPS of 810. Not to mention the most home runs in the National League. Their bullpen also ranked best at 3.78 ERA. While the Nationals were haunted by a bad bullpen all season long and had the last ranked bullpen with a 5.56 ERA. Now, the Dodgers are also going to have Justin Turner back in their lineup, which basically means that they're playing with a full arsenal. Walker Buehler gets the nod to start things off for the Dodgers, and he's also got some postseason experience under his belt, and has already proven that, the stage isn't too big for this guy, which was evident in last year's World Series when he pitched 7 scoreless innings in Game 3 of the World Series. So, just to add a bit more fuel to the flame here, the Dodgers are also, Gumshoe Gorilla mentioned that they've got a superior hitting and pitching, but their defense was also ranked first in defensive runs saved, whereas the Nationals ranked 18th. So the play from Gumshoe Gorilla is to take the Dodgers, who are getting the line at minus 170. And piling on to that Dodgers pick is Philip Schultz, a.k.a. Pile 530, and Vladdy Daddy. Both of these guys are taking the Dodgers on the run line at plus 125. With all the offensive firepower and Buehler on the mound, Pill 530 and Vladdy Daddy both see the Dodgers handling business at home as well. All right, so now we move from the diamond to the gridiron, because we got a couple college football plays, and the first one comes from the Knuckleballer, who makes his money on football, apparently. The Knuckleballer is the name that you will find on PickMonitor.com if you want to look him up. And when you look him up, you will see that he has 196 units to his name in football alone. So the Knuckleballer is a system handicapper that decided to take a swing at some college football action tonight. And he's going to take Georgia Southern laying the points against South Alabama. Based on his system, the odds makers appear to have gotten the spread right when they opened the line at minus 13.5, and yet the line has actually dropped to 10 points. So the play in this game is to roll with Georgia Southern and lay the points at minus 10. All right, now the next play comes from Warfield Elite, who also has a pick in college football, but this is a total play on the Temple versus East Carolina game. With the total set at 48, Warfield Elite is going to play the total under. Warfield Elite is big on watching line movement, and he feasts on fading public action. And today, public action is on the over, so the sharp play is going to be to take the under in this game. He also pointed out that the run game should milk the clock, and they've got some good defense, so this is going to stay under at 48 in that game. So, as for me, I'm going to make my pick in this NFL matchup tonight. The Rams will be going into Seattle tonight to face the Seahawks in what should be a pretty good game to watch. It could go a long way in deciding who ends up winning the NFC West. Both teams come in at 3-1 and trail the 3-0 49ers at the moment. The Rams opened up as favorites of minus 1.5, but the line is actually swung to Seahawks being favored by a 1.5 now. Now, I believe the odds makers had it right when they opened the line with the Rams being favored. However, where I will be putting my money is with the Rams in the first half. The Rams are coming off an upset at home by the hands of the Tampa Bay Bucks. I believe that the line swung pretty hard because people have a short memory and they just tend to remember what happened just last week. And, they got the butts kicked by Tampa. Now, the Rams, meanwhile, have won their last 2 games in Seattle, and I think that they start this game off strong tonight. The Rams offense tends to be very well prepared under Sean McVay, and they tend to operate well under their scripted system. So, meanwhile, the Seahawks, they tend to be more of a second half team, in my own opinion. While I do expect the Rams to win this game, I would rather play the strength of where I see the biggest advantage, and I'm taking the Rams in the first half, getting at half a point. All right, so that was a mouthful. All right, so that's going to wrap up all the picks for today, guys. Make sure that you get your subscription to pickmonitor.com and also subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get more notifications when we drop more videos with free picks and analysis. Also, stay tuned for later today when I interview Garrett Kerman, a.k.a. the fight analyst on Pick Monitor. I'm going to be interviewing Garrett to let y'all kind of get to know him a little bit better. And, Garrett is one of the up-and-coming fight handicappers in the game right now. And he's been doing it for some years, and he's got some information to share on this weekend's UFC card. Also, I'll be putting out a video tomorrow covering some of our college football games for Saturday and plenty more to come. So we got a lot in store. Be sure that you subscribe to our channel and hit me up anytime if you want some advice on any other games. In the meantime, good luck at the sports book. Sports Dave out.